This is literally the exact same unit I was on the way to Markham and Steele's 3412, which is a late 2010s Nova hybrid bus. And I just came from what I was doing in Markham and Steele's. Well, I went to the Barburrito location in that shopping plaza. And my goal is to visit every Barburrito locations in Toronto as I can. Now, the thing is though, it's very... I don't know what the word I'm looking for is, but I wouldn't go to every single McDonald's or Starbucks location in the city because there's just so many of them. But Barburrito is a little bit less popular than those two that I just mentioned. So anyhow, we're on Finch Avenue East at the very northeastern end of the city, far from where I live. And this will be the only vlog I make today. So after this, I'm just gonna make my way back home in Etobicoke. So my goal is to walk the rest of Finch Avenue East to the end where it becomes Staines Road. And that's where Finch starts and ends. And starting where we're going to be ending the video off, Finch goes a long ass way all the way to Brampton. In fact, I don't exactly know how far it goes, but it definitely goes into Brampton for sure. Most of the trees have lost their leaves now as we're approaching late November, being the 22nd, 2025. We're still over a month away from Christmas. It's coming up in a month and 3 days. So this area here is filled with commercial activity, and you've got several Canada geese there. But you got like distribution centers and offices. So there's not much in the way of stores around here. Well, actually there is, but we're kind of in a commercialized neighborhood. And I'm proud to announce that Metrolinx has declared December 7th to be an opening day for Line 6, which is exciting news. However, I was told that politically they cannot open Line 6 before Line 5, partly because it'll be out of numerical order. But also, I guess it's because they've been working on Line 5 longer. Because, the Eglinton LRT started construction around this time of year 14 years ago. And it's still not open. It was supposed to open 5 years ago, and it still isn't open. So, it's frustrating that we have to wait even longer for it to open, but the Finch West LRT is in better shape than the Eglinton. Although, I was also told that because they politically can't open Line 6 before Line 5, they will open both lines at the same time. And I'm not saying that Line 5 is opening December 7th, because that's definitely not true. But you see, if they were to both open the same day, I'd go to the Line 5 ceremony because it took longer to build, and it goes a greater distance. The Finch West just goes from Keele and Finch to Humber College, which is where I went for, well, since September 2022. And I was last there a month ago. Exactly a month ago, I think, to pick up my diploma. So I am officially a graduate of Humber College. But had I stayed there longer or taken a course that lasts me 6 semesters instead of 4, well, then there's a chance that the Line 6 would be open while I'm still going there. However, the only time I'd be using it is for transit fanning purposes or just to go to the Starbucks. I could take it one stop from Humber College to Westmore Drive, I think, to go to the Starbucks. I would, however, use it to commute to college if I was living in Thistletown neighborhood. But I've been living in my current home for exactly 18 years and a week as of today. So I still wish I lived in my old house in Thistletown, but because the advantage is that if I went to Humber College, I can just take the Finch West LRT to get there, even though it wouldn't have been open, but just a scenario. Yeah, unfortunately, most of the trees have lost their leaves. So, I mean, the trees right here still has some leaves, which is good, but they're all going bare. Also, yesterday, they were saying on the news that the Line 3 cab car is now used at Toronto Zoo as a waiting area for the Zoomobile, which I find to be pretty cool. It kind of makes me want to go back there. I mean, I probably will go back to Toronto Zoo eventually. But I was there over a year ago, and I did not ride the Zoomobile. I did, however, ride the Zoomobile when I went there in 2012. The thing is, though, it costs like $16 to ride that thing. But next time I go there, I'll make sure to ride it, partly so that I can explore the inside of the Mark 1 cab car, or the cab, what they call it, UTDC, I think, ICTS, one last time, so I can finally get to sit inside, because people will be allowed to sit inside the RT cab, while waiting for the Zoomobile. So I can't wait to see the inside of the RT cab again. But I probably won't go back there until the spring. And just a heads up, next September, just before my 22nd birthday, I'm finally going to the place that I always wanted to go to for several years now. Japan. That's where I'm going. Now, normally I don't reveal, nowadays I don't normally reveal where I'm going, but I'm doing it because the reason I'm revealing right now is because it's very special. I always wanted to go there, and I'm going to various places in Japan. There is, however, 3 cities there that I'm going to be staying in, but I won't say where they are. I mean, some of you might have a clue. I know a lot of you have a clue as to where I'm going to be staying, but I'm not going to say that. I'll just say I'm going to Japan next year. That's as far as it goes. And I was supposed to go there with a tour group, but apparently I'm going, by myself, but it's kind of like a travel package. So, like the flight and the hotels are included. What's not included is the tickets to museums and the food. And fun fact, Japan has a lot of vending machines. You can get like literally anything, hot foods or whatever. Like they have like you can get a hot food, a hot meal out of a vending machine, which is very, very cool. So I will make sure that I make a lot of content in Japan as much as I can. As long as you see, this is why I'm too reluctant to go anywhere with a tour group, because I want to be able to make vlogs, and I cannot make videos if I'm with someone, except if they're YouTubers. Like I've already done collab walks with other YouTubers before. But if I'm going with a tour group, some of them may not want to be on YouTube. So I have to respect that. But I also will be riding the Shinkansen train while I'm there, which is one thing that I look forward to doing. I kind of know quite a bit about Japan, like quite a lot. Like they have a strict, quiet noise level policy because the Japanese like peace and quiet a lot. And you're not allowed to talk while on the subway, even though the trains get super crowded such that they have to literally push you physically into the train during rush hour. But I'll definitely do more research and talk more about it while I'm actually there. I don't really want to go into Japanese culture talk right now because I'm not in Japan yet, and by the time I get there, I will have talked about it many times, so I'll just give the basics. And I'll talk more about Japan, like I say, when I'm actually there. Come to think of it, I haven't traveled anywhere by myself. I have, like, between now and last December. Like, the last time I traveled by myself was December 2024 when I went to Phoenix, Arizona. But it doesn't look like I'm going to be traveling by myself again anytime soon. I am hoping to go to London, England sometime in the future. I just have to save money for it. But I also have to save money to buy my meals from the vending machine and you know, buy myself stuff like in Japan, because that's not covered in the travel guide ticket. There's the NG hybrid bus in the red LFL RV livery. We're not there yet, so just have to go a little bit further. There's that 39 bus. It has to go a long ass way back to Yonge and Finch. And it's not an express either. It's a local 39 route. So yeah, if you take it from here to Yonge and Finch, it'll probably take you at least an hour. But even the express buses, they don't seem to do much. Like sometimes even with an express, it can still take you forever to get from point A to point B, but with the local route, oh man, it takes twice as long. I can smell fruit punch here. I wonder where that smell is coming from. I must say, fruit punch is a very nice smell. Do they make fruit punch around here? So let's get a thumbnail opportunity. Yeah, there we go. So now it's becoming more residential. And at the end of Finch, which I think is Morningside Avenue, there's a bar burrito location there. And I went there shortly before I went to Phoenix. I remember it was snowing that day. And I'm pretty sure I made a walking video. You know, I made so many walking videos, nature videos, I can't even remember everywhere I've been. I've traveled all around the city. Sometimes I can't even tell if I made a walking video along a particular stretch or not. There's a bakery there, catering. Oh yeah, this tree still has some leaves on it. But sadly, those other trees have gone. A week from now, we're gonna go back to having daytime highs in the low single digits. So it's gonna feel like winter again. And they do have snow in the forecast. I don't know if we're gonna get like the same amount of snow we got earlier this month. It's all melted now, which is good. But usually when it snows in November, once the snow melts, it doesn't come back until December. I don't know if that'll be the case this year. It might return by next weekend, November 29th and 30th. But as you know, usually does not mean always. So now we cannot see around the bend. That here must be the CN rail line. Maybe it's CP. Because I'm pretty sure that CP has like 2 or more rail tracks around the city. Okay, I think we're approaching the end. Yeah, there's the Barburrito location that I went to almost a year ago. So now that we're coming up to Morningside, so I'll wrap up the video. Thank you all for watching, and if you enjoyed this, leave a like, comment, subscribe. Check out my other transit nature walking videos, and stay tuned for more of them coming your way. And this final note, this area here, Scarborough, is very diverse. It doesn't even look like you're in Toronto anymore. It looks more like Markham. And I better get on that. There's that New Flyer electric Excelsior bus. I better get on it now. All right, take care. Bye-bye.